Hey everybody, today we're going to talk about materials and supplies that you should purchase to get started with your Chainstitch embroidery machine. We are going to talk about feet, needles, thread, felt, and stabilizer. These are a few of my personal favorite materials. I'm going to give you a rundown on the difference between them and tell you where to buy them. There's going to be a lot of captions in this video, so I urge you to pause and take a break to read them if you need to. We're going to get started with setting the machine up for chain stitch. So, chain stitch operation, you're going to want to use the rubber shoe foot. The advantages of the rubber shoe foot are that it applies even pressure on the work, it doesn't mar the work, and again, this is just the most common foot that you're going to use for most of your chain. Needles. So this can be a little bit confusing. I have a full-length video on needles, but you're going to want to use the 253C or PH/1 chain stitch hooks. This is a really awesome popular thread. It's the Madeira Burmilana cotton number 12. You can buy this directly from Madeira. It's 50% acrylic, 50% cotton. It has a nice matte finish. It's fluffy, and I would use a number 6 needle with this. Scrimp felt. So this is a really common material. It's very forgiving for people who are just getting started. It's a non-woven, and it's made in the USA, which is great. I buy it from Joann's Fabrics. Madeira stabilizer. So this is another non-woven that can help you from keeping your woven materials from puckering. You can also use it as a fronting stencil. You can just print right on it with an inkjet or laser printer. So let's check out what this stitch looks like using the Madeira Burmilana cotton. So here's a little example. This is the tearaway stabilizer as a backing material, and you can see that when you are done using it, you just tear it away. This is the 1.5 ounce, which is what I've always used. I would suggest trying a few different products and weights. Rayon Thread. So this is another Madeira product. This is also the number 12. The rayon comes in a bunch of different sizes. It's 100% viscose. This is your high sheen thread. It can be a little bit difficult to feed. You might have to adjust your tension or even come up with, some people use nets around their rayon thread cones. It keeps the thread feeding off the spool evenly. Otherwise, you can get some skipped stitches and things like that. So I've just made 2 stitch samples. I really just wanted to show you the difference in the sheen here. Hopefully you can see. The top is the rayon, and it has a much more, for lack of a better word, glossy finish. Chenille or moss stitch. So we're going to change the foot and needle system for this. We're going to change to the Spur Foot. So you can see here that there's actually teeth on the bottom of this foot versus the rubber shoe that we used for chain work. And the reason for that isn't to grip the material better, it's actually to keep the chenille pile from compressing. So you're really only going to use this foot when you do moss or chenille work. Changing the needle system. So we're going to change from our chain stitch hook to our moss stitch hook, which you can see here. It's going to be on the bottom in the next slide. You can see that the hook actually has a more open barb, and that allows the pile to more easily fall off the hook while the machine is sewing. That's why it's called a drop stitch, because it's actually dropping every individual stitch. Here's a fun little slow motion. I just got this new camera and I'm having fun with it. So there's a 240 frames per second of a little moss stitch going on. And so you can see using those open burr, small hook needles, and the Spur Foot, you get that nice fluffy pile. So thanks for watching this video, and hope that you have fun with your new machine.